Hello there, and as you can tell by the title of this video, I'm going to be talking about one thing today, and that is the fact that we have the Master League Tournament 4 Finals upon us this weekend. We're going to have 10 excellent series featuring 8 of the best players in the world today. It does not get better than this. The series that we're going to be showcasing feature these two final groups. We've got Group 9 with Isildur, Loveness, Von Ivan and Hughes. And Group 10, Nagano, Devem, Seeking and Ashablar. Very cool that we've got 4 full-fledged casting teams for you to bring you this action. You've got me and Ed bringing you Isildur versus Hughes, and then Isildur versus Loveness. That's the best player in the world against 2 possible usurpers. This new Wunderkind, Hughes, he's been playing co-ladder for a long time, but this is the first tournament where he's unveiled himself to be a masterful player. He's just been playing out of his skin so far. And then, of course, Loveness, who's the old dog of the yard that does not want to give his place up to Isildur, who's now claiming to be the best player in the world. So, just 2 excellent series there. AE and Ed will bring you that on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/AECOH from 2 p.m. GMT. You've also got Ricky Rifle and Pompey helping us out on Group 9 side of the brackets. They're going to bring you both a Von Ivan series, which is sure to be exciting as ever. Then you've got Greyshot and Olvaldi bringing you possibly the guy to be joining Isildur in the grand final. That's where the money is right now. Seeking is playing out of his skin. He's looking scary. He's versus Devem and Ashablar. Ashablar, of course, the other unbeaten player in that system. Then you've got Angry Dutchman and Legio XI España. They're going to be bringing you both of Nagano's series. It's just going to be pretty cool. Zever clan, I believe those 2 guys are from. But all of the casters are patrons of the Master League. Talking of which, I want you watching this to join these wonderful people here. All of them have funded all of these incredible tournaments. Just look at these green tournaments and majors. Look how many more majors we have these days. Look at 2019. No Master League, 1 major. 2020, boom, 4 majors. We've quadrupled the level of tournament activity. And this year we're going to multiply that even more so, because we're going to have more affiliate events. Every month there should be a 1 versus 1 tournament of some standard with a lot of variety off it. It's always going to be exciting. And that's what you want to get on board with, guys. You don't want to be sitting there with that $5 in your pocket. You want to put in the pocket of people like Starving Devem or Starving Loveness. These guys need towering desktop computers, and you need to fund them. And there's the Master League itself. This is actually the ranking system that feeds from all of that tournament activity and is giving you legitimate ranked list of players, which is much better than, of course, the current Company of Heroes 2 ranking system, which looks something like this. On that note, this tournament will be actually competed on the 32-bit beta, which is a legacy option, which is basically Company of Heroes before the patch, and that's what we'll be using for the event. A little bit of alteration to the grand final. I actually want to make it a best of 5, not a best of 7. The reason being is because all the best of 7s we've ever had in this community have been one-sided. And I actually think best of 5s are less daunting for the players and are less snowbally, because a player that's losing feels that they can win and they've got the energy to win. In a best of 7, the guy with more energy and who's in the lead, he's just going to carry on that confidence. So I think a best of 5 might be the sweet spot for us. And we are going to have a 20-minute break after game 2. I'm also going to be looking to deliver player interviews for every single player that wins tournaments from now on. It's going to happen. I'm going to drag them into a text interview if I have to. So you can have a lot more interactivity with the players. So if you are one of those glorious patrons, you will be seeing more activity. Let's just show you the Discord. I want more people in this Discord server. It's a great place to interact and have fun. You've got the Patreon levels where we talk about all this kind of stuff, and we put ideas forward for future tournaments, and then we vote on those ideas. This is interesting. We've actually voted on which series Ed and I should follow as the mainstream, and that's why we're following Isildur's series. Series is already plural, Matt. Shut up. Then you got who do you want to win the tournament? Von Ivan, as popular as ever, with 14 votes there. Everybody got a vote, though, it seems, so I can actually remove my options. Who do I want to win the tournament? You know, I will actually vote Von Ivan. I think it's been a long time coming, and I don't want that guy to be seen as less than what he is, which is an all-time great tournament player. Who do you think will win the tournament? Of course, Isildur with 14 votes, but Lovenest has 6. And that's pretty much... Oh, no, you've got Nagano on 6. And Seeking actually only has 2 votes there. Of course, I have to vote for every option to enable them. So that's interesting. And that brings me to my predictions. How do I see this going? I've put a bit of thought into this. Players, don't listen to this. But as you guys know, I always brag about the fact that I've been casting this game way longer, tournaments way longer than anybody else has, and I've been organising them for longer than anybody. So I've got this bank of knowledge. I like to think my predictions are savvy. So if you're a betting man, get your wallets out. This is where AE gets his ego boost in, and he's going to predict the tournament. So, right, this is what I think's going to happen. Right. I controversially predict Hughes to beat Isildur and explain why. This guy has momentum. He has a lot of adrenaline right now. He is feeling strong, and he's got this kind of new energy, this big dick new energy that he's bringing to the fore. And I think it could catch Isildur off guard. And if he lands on as Soviets, I'm seeing that Soviets are OP. I think he has a really good shot there. Soviets in game 1 and then gets them in decider game is what I mean there. Lovenest Von Ivan, I actually think that Lovenest these days probably isn't as threatened as by Von Ivan as he used to be. I think he should be on form. He did train for this tournament. I know Von Ivan did too. But, I mean, don't. I have got, my predictions. This is just what I feel in my gut here. Then I think Isildur will beat Lovenest 2-0. I just think he, unfortunately for Lovenest, is possibly currently a sharper version of Lovenest. I think Lovenest has to reclaim some of the energy of the past. He can't just train for the tournaments. He has to train all year round, and he's still shaking off a tiny bit of rust from a little bit of inactivity before Christmas. I don't think Isildur's had any. Von Ivan, I predict to beat Hughes 2-0 and explain why Von Ivan is tournament Von Ivan, and nobody in auto matches ever played against tournament Von Ivan. You have to play tournaments to play tournament Von Ivan. He's a unique beast. And just like Lovenest, I think, probably has the measure of tournament Von Ivan these days, Hughes will never have played against him, so I'm predicting this. That's my prediction for left side. Right side. Okay, Nagano versus Asher. No offense to Asher, I just think Nagano has more of that aggressive instinct at the right moments. I think Asher needs to work on that possibly. He's a great player, but I think he lacks that cutthroat, do-or-die attitude that Nagano, he's not known for, but I think he has more of it, and I think that'll be the difference maker. Devem Seeking, I don't think Devem's trained very hard for this event. Nagano, Devem, see above response, and then Seeking Asher. I think Seeking is a bit of a beast at the moment. However, I don't disrespect Asher, so I think that will be 2-1. So that's how it should finish. Now, if we count all of that up, this is series wins up here. If we count all of that up, you can have Hughes, you can have Lovenest, you can have Isildur and Von Ivan. Then it goes to VPs, right? Who will have had better control in their series? No, who wins the head-to-head? Sorry, that's how it works for a two-way tie. If it's a two-way tie, it's who won the head-to-head. In this case, I think Isildur progresses, having beaten Lovenest in the head-to-head. This side, I think I gave Seeking everyone, didn't I? So it'd be 3. Unfortunately for Asher, yeah, he does win the first one. Devem doesn't win 1. Nagano wins 2. So that's how it will look right side. And Seeking versus Isildur in the grand final. That's my prediction. I know it's not bold. Some of these ones are bold. That's what I'm looking to see. So I'm going to print screen that. Just so I can, if I'm right, I can bring it up on the stream. Next thing, by the way, this is exciting. Let me just Control-Z all of my bracket butchery. Get rid of it all. Make sure that we're at 0 for everybody. Right, next thing. We have Jibber Jabber Jobber has done a fantastic job doing all of these stats. He's these are all the games that I played. This is what drives the information. You got all the difference there. He's done seeding difference as well, which is really exciting. That brings us to player statistics. Green is an overperforming player, and that's used for you. He's the underdog of the tournament by far. I mean, big shout out to PFC, who did really well as well. I'll come on to that in a second. We've got Patreon awards to be divvied out to probably one of those two players at this point in time. Faction statistics. Now, this is interesting. At the start of the tournament, Austin OKW were pretty much 50% each. It has veered away for Ost, but I predict as we see more commanders terminated for Wehrmacht, a lot of players have used their Jaeger infantry, and you know, German infantry's been used a little bit. Maybe they've saved German infantry for this weekend, but this is only after one series, by the way. So we've got 2 more series before the grand final. So I predict more OKW as we go along. Sorry, I still wanted faction statistics. Here we go. So that should even out. Now, the big news of the tournament is in balance patch. It definitely seems to be that Soviets are overpowered slightly. A lot of people are pointing towards the synergies in the late game, and I would have to agree. I think Soviets' late game is too powerful, and I think that it needs to be toned down a little bit in terms of manpower efficiencies. Maybe that 7-man conscripts thing has to go. I think that it was an experiment, and I think that experiment has proven to just exacerbate imbalance in the late game in Soviets' favour. That's just one option, and there's a few other things here and there that mean Soviets just overwhelming in the late game. But there's a lot of stats to talk through, guys. We can go through it forever. Commander statistics, you'll still see, by the way, that USF mechanize 60% of the time. Hopefully that balances out a little bit with the Commander Terminator now kicking in. Oh, that was my thing from the other day. One more thing to point out is that we have had some... Where is it? Let's find it. We have had, on the organisation side of things, we've had some award nominations for a lot of people voting Hughes and PFC. That they're the 2 big picks so far. Hughes is still in the tournament, so I don't feel comfortable with doing anything interesting with them yet. But if he doesn't make the grand final, I might suggest that we have a show match between Hughes and PFC for the $150, because they are runaway successes in this tournament in terms of overperforming. So that's an option, but I want to see what happens, and I will put that to patrons that they can vote traditionally, or they can have some more content at a time in the future. Maybe we give that to 101st Airborne to cast, or something like that. So that's that. As you can appreciate, guys, it's going to be a very exciting weekend, and this community, if we're given a bad hand, say, I don't know, a developer gives us a bum patch with loads of bugs in the middle of our tournament, we rise above, we power through, and the show must go on. And that is the spirit of what we do and what we do best. So this weekend is going to be about us as a community, and it's going to be about celebrating players endeavouring to play this game at its absolute peak, because we know that that brings fantastic entertainment, and that's what we paid for, and it's what we enjoy watching. Also, a YouTube note, by the way, I think that I'm about to hit 1 million views on my GCS2 Finals video, which is pretty bloody exciting if you think about it. So let's just go over to that very quickly. Oh, it's getting closer. It's getting really close. Look at that. We're at 998,464, 1,500 views off 1 million, which is pretty exciting. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. But anyway, I will see you at 2 p.m. GMT tomorrow, Saturday, the 23rd of January, for Master League 4. And yeah, see you out there, guys. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.